When I received opera training, I would go through some rigorous coaching with my Bulgarian vocal coach, who would work incessantly to ensure that I was singing properly and with the proper breath support. One of the most difficult techniques wasn't the sustained high notes or the weights that were placed on my stomach. It was actually me staring at myself in the mirror and seeing myself singing. I don't know why, but I absolutely despised looking at myself when I sang. This is a little weird story to tell with the topic on self love, but I do think that it has some room for analysis. When self love is in the conversation, typically on social media, it's correlated to the material things associated with the self care industry. I spoke about this in my self care hoax video, and I will include this link on the top rightmost corner of the screen. These material things, however, will not help you to value the way that you appear, but instead will become a tool used to help further your dissatisfaction. For example, many women online have taken it upon themselves to invest in things like lip fillers, Botox, lash enhancements, and many other surgical like procedures in order to attain a level of beauty they don't see within themselves. As a result, this practice can and often may lead women to not liking the way that they appear because they believe that they were not already beautifully and wonderfully made in God's image. When it comes to these procedures, there are many women who will later on speak to the importance of loving the way that you are naturally. However, these are the same women that will take part in these procedures. I believe that it is important to bring awareness to the fact that many women don't believe that natural beauty is beauty, which leads to many desiring to achieve this universal look that other women are attaining to as well. The purpose of the mirror story is the following. We as women are oftentimes too afraid to look ourselves in the mirror unless it's with these procedures. If these are not done, or if we're not actively working to apply these things, then we do not view ourselves as beautiful, but rather we see ourselves as objects born imperfect that must be fixed. I know there will be women who will say that this is not the case with them, to which I say, I'm very glad this isn't you. However, this is for the woman who is unconsciously thinking like this and are willing to acknowledge that this is their reality. We must be willing to look ourselves in the mirror and speak life to ourselves. Though I have some apprehension regarding the whole manifestation trend that we seem to be on, especially on social media, I do believe that our words hold a lot of power to change the way that we perceive ourselves and the things around us. The Bible does say that death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. So, I do believe that when you speak positive or negative things towards yourself, these things are more likely to manifest. One very common occurrence is seeing a picture of yourself and saying, "Oh, I'm so ugly," when you don't like the photo. When in reality, it could just be that the angle wasn't working for you and you just need to switch it up a little. Our society has a huge insecurity issue, and corporations are taking advantage of these insecurities by pushing products and self care treatments in order to advance these ideas of imperfection to make more money. If you want to be able to address our insecurities and love ourselves better, I think the first step is by looking ourselves in the mirror and speaking life to our circumstances. So, this is what you do. You have to find a pen and paper and write out some lies that you believe about yourself. Then, on the other side, you write out some truths about your reality. For example, for myself, on the lies side, I would write, "I'm so stupid," which is something that I would sometimes think about myself. While on the truth side, I would write, "I'm a graduate student from the top university of my country," which is my reality. Once you have a list of 3 to 5 of these lies with a truth beside each of them, you will write these out on a sticky note, the truths. You're not writing the lies, you're writing the truths on a sticky note, and you're going to post them on a mirror that you use daily. The most popular one to use is the bathroom mirror, but you could also use a mirror on your vanity as well. Every day, you should try to make a habit of reading at least one sticky note daily, however you may choose. Whichever one, it doesn't have to be in a specific order. Just try to get into the habit of looking yourself in the mirror and speaking life into yourself. Now that we've gotten all of those positive, feel good things out of the way, we need to consider the more serious things as well. I don't know where you're coming from when you ask this question, "How do I love myself?" But this may be coming from a place of self loathing, regret, admonition, or anything in between. I wanted to say first and foremost that I understand the feeling. You may have fallen back into addictive patterns, or maybe you did something that you regret and you think you can't forgive yourself. This is for you too. If you're addicted to anything, you may write something like, I'm not worth it, or I'm an addict, or I can't get over my addiction, or anything else on the lie side of the piece of paper. On the truth side, you need to speak life to your circumstance by saying something like, I am bigger than my circumstance, or I am stronger than my addiction, or anything else that gives you a boost to start off your day. In this case, your lies could be deemed your struggles, and the truth side can be your reality. Everything won't always be sunshine and rainbows, so speak life to yourself, even if it's simply reading those post it notes. This can do something beneficial for your mental state. I hope today's video was one of encouragement and helps you to realize that you're so beautiful and fearfully and wonderfully made by God. You need to walk with your head held high and hold the authority of knowing your beauty and worth, and hopefully this daily meditative practice will help you to achieve that reality. And again, I hope and pray that we can all find our way to achieving a rested feminine lifestyle.